Okay, how's everybody doing in Australia? Steve Merritt here, coming to you from United States. Excited to be sharing. We've got a bunch of folks that are going to be giving their testimonies tonight from Australia. So it's exciting. And we've already got everybody logging on quickly here. And it's going to be a fun evening. So it's morning here in America. And I'm jumping on here because we have found a product that is changing people's lives. This product is the X39. It's a quarter-size patch, size of a quarter. It's got adhesive on the back, and you just peel it off. You put it on your body, right? And what happens is, through phototherapy, which is basically your body activates the organic copper peptides that are in this patch, and it when your peptides have increased, your stem cells get reactivated. And the greatest thing about this is that it doesn't matter who you are, you've got stem cells that you need to have healthy in your body. And I had no idea that at 30 years old, half your stem cells are active, and at 60, basically none. So you've got stagnant stem cells, and that's why as you get older, you're slower to recover, you're more prone to sickness and disease, and you feel more sluggish. And you need, you'd like to have more energy. It's all got to do with stem cells. So we're going to take and go through a short presentation, give you a top level view of this patch. And because nobody has this product anywhere in the world, except for those that are involved with us, it's a huge lucrative business opportunity. So the first thing is if you haven't been patched, I encourage you to get with your friend and try the product out. As a matter of fact, just get yourself ordered and get on the product. There's a money back guarantee. And I will say this much, that everyone that has been putting the X39 on and diligently putting it on for 12 hours on and 12 hours off, which we'll go over in the presentation, and staying on it is having tremendous results all the way to the land down under there in Australia. So I want to welcome all the new guests that are on here tonight. I know that you'll be taking a look at it for the very first time. Probably somebody kind of mentioned to you what the product is all about. And now you're seeing that, hey, all the way from America, we're coming at you to tell you how incredible this unique technology is. And I'm going to give you a little insight of how it all came to play. Now, first of all, why would you want to wear the X39 patch? Well, once you realize what I was talking about, the older you get, the less activity you have in your stem cells. And many people are seeing the kind of symptoms that this X39 patch is helping. I will say that we're not telling you that the patch is healing you, but because you put the patch on and your body is reactivating its own stem cells, your body is healing itself, which is very unique. And there's nothing that's going into your skin. But this is the thing that I didn't know about. Even as a pro athlete for over 25 years, that at 30 years old, half of your stem cells are active. Doesn't take long, as most of you know, to be 30 years old comes very quickly, okay? And to have half of your stem cells firing at that age is very interesting news to me anyways. And then at 60 years old, almost none of your stem cells are active. And that is why people, like I said, are slower to recover and more prone to sickness and disease. So we are seeing incredible results with everybody, even young kids, like 20-year-old, my friend Carl's son has had cystic acne. So really bad acne on his face and his back. And in 5 weeks of wearing the patch, the young gentleman's got no acne. Can you imagine his self-esteem? I mean, so my daughter's 34 years old. She put the patch on, and within 15 days, she lost 15 pounds. And within the next 7 days, she lost another 7 pounds. So everybody, now but over the course of some years now, she's had our 3 grandbabies. So she wanted to lose a little weight and had no idea that she didn't even know the patch was going to give her a little reboot. And that's kind of what it does. It reboots your system to where it's working properly with your stem cells. Now, how does the X39 work? Now, it's got those organic nanocrystals. They're formulated to activate your copper peptide. If you Google copper peptide tonight, you can't sleep after you hear this presentation, you're going to find out that it's the holy grail of reversing aging. So when those copper peptide levels are raised up, it reactivates your own stem cells. And the interesting thing about the stem cells that are being reactivated with the X39 is it's going throughout your entire body. The only other way that I know of getting stem cells is injections, and it's very costly. As a matter of fact, I've had 14 surgeries from being a pro athlete, and the doctors wanted to put stem cell injections in me, and they were telling me it was going to be about $23,000. Not so. First of all, I didn't have the injections. Tony Robbins talks about it in his book Life Force, about how incredible he had his testimony on a stem cell injection in his knee, which cost him $25,000. But not everybody's got 25 grand laying around. I know you Australians are some high rollers, but still, not everybody's got $25,000 just sitting around in the bank. And it doesn't always work. But what's interesting is that stem cell injections go to the joint that the injection was put in, or the muscle that it was put in. The interesting thing about the X39 stem cells that are being reactivated in your body, they're going to your organs. Every one of your organs in your body is made up of stem cells. So they're going to every organ, wherever the missing link is, whatever needs repair. So it's helping your brain, which is incredible, okay? It's helping your liver, it's helping your heart, helping your skin, your stomach, you name it. Wherever your body is needing stem cell repair, these new stem cells that are being reactivated in your body as you put the patch on are going to the weakest link. So again, there's nothing that's going into your skin. It's non-transdermal. Nothing's going into your bloodstream. It's just reactivating your own stem cells when it hits your body. LifeWave's been around for 19 years. So the interesting thing, it's been under the radar for the last 12 years, doing about $20 million a year. Okay. Just before COVID, our friend Onyx Coale, who we helped in a business like this, we found another unique product at the time. She generated a serious amount of money with us. She'd never done a network before, and sold her business, because you can sell your business, in 2012 for multiple millions of dollars. Okay. And she hadn't done a network since, until somebody introduced her to this patch. She wasn't really looking for a opportunity. My wife Jean and I, we were praying for over the last year for a product, a opportunity, ownership, and God's favor for our friends to win and succeed. Because we know that if you've got a unique product that no one else has and everybody needs, and it works very quickly, and everybody's different. So some people you're here tonight, it happened for them very quickly. Some might take 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but it will happen for the person on the patch. And again, it's going to the weakest link. So you might have a knee pain, but something might be going on in your liver. So the stem cells got to repair that first. But since the X39 came out, our friend Onyx, who we taught how to build this business, so she never had experience before, took the company from 20 million to 280 million, all because of the X39. Comes in a package like this, looks like a postcard, and we call that a sleeve. It's very thin, very easy to mail, very easy to put it, have on with you. But I will say that it's very affordable, just $99 for a month's supply. You can't go to a high-end therapist or a doctor to take care of any ailment you got going on, maybe a chiropractor, acupuncture. In America, it's about $100 to $125, maybe $150, could be more. I spoke with a lady who just got started with us that owns a hyperbaric chamber company. And I had to go into the hyperbaric chamber many times when I was recovering from my surgeries, and that costs way more. You're talking like hundreds of dollars every time you go into the chamber. So it's incredible that we've got a product that for just $99 for a month's supply, you can get these kind of testimonies. As a matter of fact, after those 14 surgeries, I was living in pain for 10 years at least. And within 1 week on the X39, I did out of pain. So it's for 6 months now that I've been on the patch. We've only been launching it for the last 6 months. I'm totally out of pain. So, and I've got friends that were on high doses of Percocet, which is like opioid drugs. And within 1 week, they were out of pain with no side effects and not having to take any more drugs. That's very interesting. So it's very helpful a lot of people with pain. You're going to hear from your Australian friends in a minute here. Now we're open in 75 countries. So that's exciting for you in Australia. Over that 12-year period, they were doing $20 million. LifeWave opened up in 75 countries, including Australia. So you can build your business in over 75 countries already. The last time I had this huge run, like we're experiencing, this is even way bigger than I experienced then. We weren't open anywhere except for America. So it's exciting that you can partake in the momentum that's happening right now. It went from 20 million to 280 million over the last 2 years. And my wife, Gina, and myself, we just started July 1st. And within 23 days, the company called us and said, you hit the highest rank possible of the company in just 23 days. And now multiple of our friends have done the same thing. And they've also hit the second highest rank, the third highest rank, fourth. And that's what's going to happen in Australia. But if you don't have a company that's been around like LifeWave for a while that has opened up these countries, a lot of times you can't go build it in different parts of the world right away. Now, I call it like a 19-year-old startup because it's going to need all of our leadership and help to build in other parts of the world that we're not open. But the fact that we're in 75 countries, pretty much all through Europe, all through Asia, and Australia, New Zealand, it's a good start in America, Canada, and Mexico. So there's places that we're still going to be opening up. But the exciting thing is we got plenty of territory to cover to help our friends. Now, David Schmidt is a friend of mine now. I've gotten to know him since we started. He's got over 130 patents. He's basically an inventor, and he's an incredible gentleman. And he's the one that's the owner of the LifeWave, and has had again for 19 years an incredible track record, paid every single week to all his friends and distributors that have been building and promoting the LifeWave products. So we've got a patent. Now, what's interesting is if you've ever been involved in a word-of-mouth business or networking, or had friends that maybe didn't achieve the success that they thought they could, I will tell you that most of the networks have the same products. I call them Me Too products, and that's why many people don't achieve what they want to achieve, what they see they could achieve it. And why is that? It's because they have the same categories of products: weight loss, supplements, and skincare. Now, some of the networking companies have gone on to CBD and essential oils, but you still can get all those things from other networks. You can get them at your local department store, health food store, and even online. So it's very difficult for our friends, and this is what we are praying for our friends, to go talk about a weight loss product when it's already been advertised on TV, it's advertised online. You go to the store, everybody's got, they've got 20 different options of protein powders, okay? Skincare might have a unique collagen in it, might have a unique certain kind of serum, but your friends a lot of times just want to buy their skincare from the department store or their high-end store instead of buying it from you. But when you've got a product that nobody else has, that everybody needs, that can reactivate their own stem cells, and they didn't realize that by 60 their stem cells are stagnant. My friends, especially from 70 to 80-year-old friends that are having incredible success with all of their friends because they have money, they just didn't want to buy their skincare or their weight loss. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing to be buying weight loss from your friend, if you know what I mean. And it's hard for me to even bring it up. Like, I can't walk up to some lady and say, "Excuse me, ma'am, would you like to lose a few pounds?" I'm going to get hit over the head with her purse, So I love a product that just is blessing people with their health and what they need. And all of us can use this product. So that's what's exciting about this patent, because it just was approved recently, July 2020. We've got years to run off this patent and generate a serious amount of legacy type income for ourselves and our family. Here's some of the things that the patch is doing. You'll hear a little bit from some of your friends in Australia. Rapid pain relief. All right. How many friends do you have that are going to eventually in their lifetime need rapid pain relief? Everybody. Okay. Reduced inflammation is the cause of pain and disease. So that's what the X39 is doing. Supports wound healing, energy and vitality. How would you like to have more energy? And that's what we're seeing. I had a 72-year-old woman on the call last night here in America, and she's telling how much energy and vitality and mental clarity she's got. She actually said she had a brain fog that lifted, and she's just as sharp as a tack. We'll get that replay to you. We're going to put her testimony up on our Facebook page so you can get that information from her as well. Enhances sports performance. So that's what my friend Mario is all excited about, because he's a pro tennis player, teaches tennis, is out there helping people. And who doesn't need faster recovery from anything? I mean, take a long walk, you want to do some hiking, whatever you're doing, how would you like to recover faster, which is incredible. Keep up with your grandkids, whatever it is you're doing, okay? And then improve skin appearance, which I'm getting a huge amount of testimonies from friends that are having their age spots disappear. How would you like that? And they're having less, if not none, of their, when you go to the dermatologist, you know how they freeze the spots that they got to clear up. My brother-in-law said he used to go there every time he went to the dermatologist. Every freeze is like $50, and he'd say to himself, I think I'm paying for her car payment. And after about 4 months on the patch, he went in, and he said he already noticed on his skin that it was clearing up, and he didn't have any, nothing had to be frozen. So he said she looked a little upset because she wasn't going to make any money on him that time. But he's all fired up. So that's the kind of testimony. I already told you about my friend's son, Luke, that his cystic acne went away. So can you imagine what is going to happen as you put this patch on for you and your skin? Now, here's the long-term results, why you don't want to get off the X39. You want to stay consistent. There were 80 case studies done to date, and they can find them at our startx39.com website. The great thing for you in Australia is you speak English with us, so everything is laid out for you. We got a system. We have a website that is only designed for the product, which is another reason why people don't win in networking, is because they almost always, 99% of the time, would send a link from the corporation that they're involved in. So they might have their own personal link, but when you're on that link, you can see all the different products that the company has. You see the free trips that people are going on. You see the money that can be made. So if somebody wants to research the product, either a individual, possibly a doctor, and by the way, I've never seen so many doctors get started on a product in 180 days in my life. But they want, and the main reason is because we have our own website that explains the product, only the X39. It doesn't go over anything about networking. There's no networking appeal. That just shows them this product. So I encourage you to use this website. Every time I talk to somebody, after I kind of talk to them about, hey, I've got this product. It's got to do with technology that reactivates your own stem cells. Tell them that, hey, did you know that your stem cells stagnate as you get older? And then I would send them this website. So I'm not it's a very easy conversation. Stem cells, it's very simple. So 4,000 genes begin to reset your first few days. We're seeing people with strokes have incredible testimony. These kind of motor skills with your brain, because the stem cells go to the weakest link, and they're helping autism kids, again, motor skills. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. I didn't know, first of all, that your stem cells become stagnant. I mean, I can't get a friend to tell me they want to live for the rest of their life with stagnant stem cells, and they want to have their brain unbalanced. I didn't even know your brain could be unbalanced. Of course you wanted balance. So get on the patch, and it decreases symptoms of PTSD, anxiety, and depression. So far, as long as I've been in, people are very, very open. The minute I talk to them about stem cell therapy or having technology that reactivates your stem cell, and I found out that many people are getting relief from anxiety and depression. Now, you can figure if they're living in pain and their pain goes, and they're living in pain, they're probably a little depressed. Okay, I've gone through that stuff myself. So if you lift up their, eliminate their pain, and then the stem cells are working on helping them off the symptoms of depression, they get a new passion for life, which is exciting. Now, within 3 months, your collagen is increased, wrinkles are going away, your hair is growing like a weed, and your bones and your muscles are becoming stronger. Now, these are all on the 80 case studies found on our website, so you can go there to do more information. And within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. So listen to this, 14 out of 15 people lowered their vascular age, an average of 8 years being on the X39 for just 6 months. So that's very, very, the internal and cardio doctors that are on our team are blown away by this stat, and they're seeing incredible results with the people that they're putting the patch on. So here's that website, take a picture of it. So this is like you just send people to the website. Nobody can enroll from this site. That's what you want. You don't want someone to be able to enroll from it. You want them just to be able to see the site and experience the X39. So there's videos there, there's doctors' reviews, there's testimonies, and there's the 80 case studies right on one website, and you don't need anything else. So you don't need to send your information through an app, or you don't need to do anything that looks like it's some kind of a network. People love to see, just look at the product first and get experience on that. Like I said earlier, you wear the patch 12 hours, the X39. Then after your body has reactivated all these stem cells, you rest and rejuvenate your body for 12 hours by taking the patch off for 12 hours. Then you're going to put it back on when you wake up in the morning, and you put it, where the case studies were done behind the neck and below the belly button. So I basically, with those 14 surgeries, to tell you how I wore the patch to begin with, and I still to this day, I wear it behind the neck the first day, then I took it off, and then now I wear it below my belly button. Then the next day I'll put it where my pain was, like below in my lower back. And then the next day I'll wear it behind the neck again, below the belly button, and then wherever else I got pain. And within 1 week, my pain went away, and I've been doing that same routine to this day. As a matter of fact, as an entrepreneur, I'm thinking, well, people keep wanting to wear the patch, and I can't wait to put it on every single morning. My wife and I went to the, okay, we're going to do a couple testimonies now, but I was going to tell you this real quick so you can hear mine. We went to the eye doctor after 3.5 months wearing the patch. And we've gone to this eye doctor for 20 years. Since my son was 5, he's 25. And he's very analytical, has every machine there is. And he, right all of a sudden out of the blue, tells me, did you realize that your eyes reversed in aging? And he showed me on his machine, so my eyes, I could see where they were and where they are. And it was a significant amount. I mean, to the point where it was blurry when he went back. And me being a little bit frugal with my money, I was so excited that I told him I don't going to have to get another pair of glasses today. And he wasn't real fired up on that, but he was happy that someone's eyes reversed. So he never told me this ever in 20 years. I go to pay out. My wife was in the other room. I tell Gina, you're not going to believe this, but the doctor says my eyes reversed in aging. Now, when I heard that, I have to admit, if you're on here and you really are interested in building a big business with us, can you imagine me not ever hearing this in my life, knowing I got the patch on, and I start thinking, oh my gosh, my friends are going to be rich. I'm thinking about you. I'm saying, oh my gosh, this is going to be wild. I even said to him, did Gina ever mention, because she went to see her first, about the X39 that we're all wearing? And he said, yes, she did. And then after we got talking, now we've got him on the wearing the patch and promoting in his practice. So, but when I came out, I told her, he told me my eyes reversed in aging. He didn't even tell me, because we have laws here in America that you can't tell even the doctor can't say what he told your spouse. So I'm in the room paying the bill, and Gina says he also said to her that he's never seen a 60-year-old woman eyes reverse in aging ever. So something's going on here. I mean, we're having people that anything that doctors have given up on are seeing some kind of results. We're not telling everyone, we're not saying that the patch is healing. We're saying we're putting this patch on our body. It's activating our copper peptide that reactivates our own stem cells, and our body's healing itself. So we've got, let's see if we can get Simone. All right, we'll have her give a testimony first, and she might have somebody else. Now, maybe Simone, give us your first name pronounced correctly, hopefully, from what I hope I didn't botch it up too bad on there. And then also tell them where you're from in Australia, and tell them a little bit what's been going on, and who if it's just your testimony, you got somebody else's, go ahead. So unmute or maybe I have to ask you. Oh, you're unmuted. Let's see if we can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Excellent.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Excellent. It's Samina. Samina, yeah. So very briefly, I'll try and keep it short because I tend to prattle on a bit. So I'm going to speak for both my partner and myself. So for my partner, Trish, the biggest breakthrough for her was becoming completely pain-free, considering the job that she does. So she walks 14 kilometers per day, every day for her job on the street, and is always coming home, barely able to get out of the car, sits down, gets up again, can barely stand upright, in pain, very restricted movements, and relying a lot on anti-inflammatory medication. Day 2, was it? From day 2 of the patches, this is day 5 for us. She is coming home now completely pain-free after her 7 hours, 14 kilometer a day, every day. And the other thing also, because of a car accident and a motorbike accident and all that sort of business. So mobility and flexibility has been a real issue for Trish. And just if she was to get down on the floor, there is no way that she could ever get back up again. She's like a turtle on her back, can't get back up again. Then she went into the bedroom to search for something, gets down on her hands and knees to rummage around under the bed for something, and then just gets up like it was nothing. So that was a huge breakthrough for her, and it's really, really wonderful to see that, to see her pain-free of a day and be moving and flexible and not having to go in to get all these anti-inflammatories and take them. So is that what you want?
Fantastic.
Okay.
You know, it's amazing helping people have a better quality of life, and so quickly. Wow.
It was, yeah. So for my story, big fat skeptic here, I needed to really dig around and have a look at stuff. So as I've been saying to people that I've spoken with, I found so much more good stuff than I did anything negative at all. And it was really hard to find anything negative about any of it from anywhere I looked. So I thought, I'm going to give this a go, and I'm going to really go hard at it. So I'm using myself as a case study also, and keeping a very detailed journal, daily journal of what ails me, and then my observations for the day when I put the patch on, when I take it off. So my huge breakthrough for me is chronic fatigue syndrome was a real big issue, and everything that comes with that. And also a lower back injury from my work, and a lot of issues down my right side, including liver, not so much liver, gallbladder removal, and arthritis, and a lot of issues. The chronic fatigue syndrome was a huge one for me. I would have to fight a lot of and put a lot of energy into staying awake during the day, and not, I mean, my routine was I'd sleep in the afternoons. Because I just couldn't fight it any longer. Constant pain, flare-ups, frequent headaches, the fogginess, not being able to process thoughts, not being able to articulate verbally, mixing things up, getting disoriented and confused as to what I was doing in the house, like, you know, go to one room, forget what I was there for, and things like this. That has done a big flip and a big turnaround. So I'm going through the whole day without feeling the need to lay down and yawn and go to sleep and have a nap. That has been 4 out of 5 days that's happened. I'm getting, I can only attribute stimulation in the whole right side of my body, because that's where all my injuries are. So I'm getting niggles and sensations in areas where I know that there's issues. So that's an observation that also happening. I'm also a chronic insomniac, so I don't sleep, but I have been sleeping quite well and very soundly for the last 4 out of 5 nights. But synchronistically speaking, and this is a really wonderful thing to gauge what's going on with the patches, is that I had a night a couple of nights ago where I slept on the wrong pillow and I woke up with a banging headache, and just I felt like I'd just sort of been hit by a bus. So I got up and I attributed that to not being hydrated enough. And so I changed the pillow and I drank plenty of water, and I took 2 paracetamol, and then I went to sleep, and I just slept solid until I woke up later on that day. So for me, having quality of sleep and not waking up looking and feeling like I'm hungover is a huge deal, and pushing through and not even having to push through chronic fatigue every day for the last few days, that's a huge thing for me. And brain fog has completely just done an about face. Yeah. So that's my feedback.
Simone, thank you so much for sharing. And that's an incredible testimony there in Australia. I mean, just such a short period of time. And what I love is that you're, skeptical. That's a great thing, because I love that you're able to share with us. You show someone who's, not cynical, but skeptical. That's what we're looking for. People that would like it to work, but they want to do their research. They want to try it out on themselves. This is the kind of things that we're seeing in America. People that don't want it to work, it's working on, which is incredible. Yeah. So that is wild. And look at how she's very organized with the journal, has everything on there, recording everything that's going on. That's very interesting for everybody in Australia to realize, to have this kind of somebody that's analyzing what is going on in their body. So you can imagine what can happen. How many people in Australia and around the world need this kind of relief? I mean, it's wild. Would they rather? How many people would much rather be able to do it naturally than just having a Band-Aid with the drugs, like myself, because of the pain I was in, like you relate. I was taking over-the-counter drugs, but many other people are taking, prescription drugs, and they know that that's not good for their insides. Here, you're not only taking a product that's helping you with that fatigue and all the other things that are going on, but it's also repairing. It's incredible. It's doing everything that you'd really want your body to do. So your body's healing itself because of the patch being worn. So exciting testimony. Glad you shared so early, our second meeting ever in Australia. So now let's move on to Tisha. All right. She's got a little testimony for us, and maybe has a multiple ones, but she's really excited. I know that. Misha, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Everyone's name.
Hello again.
Correct. There you go.
So my testimony is, I still can't get over how quickly things can change in our lives. But mine was when Tessie came to see us on New Year's, on the 2nd of January, and spoke about how she'd seen Mario, she'd patched up, gave us a little bit of knowledge around it. So I just filled out the form, and from there I discovered that the first end of the first day, that my knee pain had gone when I was watering the garden, and that my knee wasn't making the granny click, click, click when I was when I was flexing it, which is pretty cool because, I mean, who wants to sound like a granny when they're moving around? And then from the next day, I was in a car accident about 23 years ago, and it was a pretty bad one, so I broke my neck. And I'm in, lately in particular, I've been in a lot of pain again. So I found that the next day, by the afternoon, I patched up again in the morning, and in the afternoon, I just had that feeling of when you take a couple of Panadol and it's numbed out. And then the third day, that numbed out, instead of kicking in at about 5:30 in the afternoon, had kicked in at 2. And I was also discovering that I had a lot more mental clarity. And I only realised later when I started when I came off the 5 days of patches that I had from Tessa, that there were other things, that I had, that the pain in my fingers from the start of arthritis had gone. And then thankfully, yay, my patches arrived on Friday. I was so stoked. I can't believe how pumped you can be to repatch. And what I found is that within an hour, my adrenal overload had started to calm. Within 2 hours, it was completely calm. And then my knee after 2 hours was a lot less sore. After 3 hours, the pain was gone. And I've definitely felt the difference in my knees, my fingers. And I've been so excited sharing with my friends because, of course, who doesn't want to, for the love of our friends and people that we meet and things like that, who wouldn't want to help change their lives, especially if they're living in pain?
Well, the exciting thing about this is it's working that quickly. Now, I want everyone to know that not everybody has this kind of results this quickly. So everyone's body is different. But the fact that you've got friends that are seeing this, and this is one thing that we teach since I've been in, we don't just normal in a network like this or a product, people will say, well, I'm going to see how I feel. But I encourage you not to just get with your friend that's putting you on here. And once you get in, make sure they loan you a sleeve so that you can not only
patch your husband.
Yeah, patch everybody, because you don't know what their testimonies are going to be. You might be one. Okay, my friend Ken and Diana, they are very successful business owners, and it took them 3 weeks to get each of they have very good testimonies, but it took them 3 weeks to receive them. But when they listened to me, they put patches on everybody they knew, their loved ones, their neighbors, the people they hang around. And some people had a testimony like you within 1 hour. Some had them within 3 hours. Some had them within 1 day, 2 days. They had 10 people signed up before they got their testimony. So you don't know, but there's somebody around you like Nisha that needs to have this product, and it's going to work for them very quickly. And by you staying on it yourself, and that actually got them sold, you know what I mean? Because, oh my gosh, I didn't get mine yet, but my friend is getting their testimony. So, and you could see that she's very analytical on what's going through on her body, how it didn't work. Her pain came back when she got off the sample X39 patches, and then they came back, and her pain and her body, all the ailments that were going on are feeling better. So that's very unique, what she's saying. So this is and we're just getting started in Australia. So we're excited to be able to share and help bless people. And you can imagine how many people, like you said, need this. So everybody needs to be having their stem cells reactivated so they have this kind of feeling. So that leaves it a very, very lucrative business opportunity. So thank you for sharing.
Can I just add one tiny thing?
Yes, of course.
Sorry, that just like Samina, I have a husband who is healthily skeptical, who's spent his whole life at the gym. And he started patching on Friday as well. So he works a job where he's works hard for 14 hours a day. So he's very long days. And from day one, he said heaps more energy, far more, his words were far more with it. So every day he's had heaps more energy. And when he was training at the gym the other day, he said to me that he was doing some some exercises where normally things would kick in and really bite and he would feel it. And he was in the middle of the press and he realized that he didn't have that reaction, that there was no pain. So
can you imagine?
That's your husband.
Everyone that's on here is just pioneers in Australia. I mean, can you imagine what's just been handed to every one of us? This in America, we were skeptical, but we believed in our friend. So we started wearing the patch, started promoting it. And the testimonies have brought my wife, Jean, and I to tears. I mean, even the things we just heard tonight, okay, is just incredible of what's going on with friends of friends, because we just met Misha, all right? And we just met Simone, right? Did I say it right this time? Simone, all right? I'm going to get it right. We're going to get it right. You just keep moving up ranks, and as we go on the free trips, we're gonna all have it right. But it's a very beautiful name. It's just, and it's spelled different than what you pronounce it. So it's exciting. So let me go through a couple more things about what we've got to share tonight, and then we'll have a couple more people share. But it's exciting to have folks right there in your own country sharing tonight and telling you what is happening in their experience. Now, before you finish up tonight, I encourage you to get yourself enrolled. We've got enrollment forms, and that's how our friends, maybe when Tessa comes on, she can talk a bit about the enrollment form and how her and Misha, everybody use these forms just to sign up. And it's, or you can use a link, but the key is that you're doing it for a reason. What is it that you'd like to, it might just be better health. Great. But because of the opportunity side of it, there's unlimited amounts of things that you can have due to this industry. My wife, Gina, was on the last one, and she told you that in 2008, she was able to retire as a flight attendant. Now, she was a flight attendant for 25 years. So we're not saying that, oh, she was one for a year and then quit. But point is that she always wanted to be able to be home with her family, because it's very difficult. You have to leave for like 3 to 4 days a week, and she wanted to be home. So because of this industry, she was able to be home. And the fact that we have this unique product, this is going to be the biggest thing we've ever seen in our industry, because it's the best product I've ever experienced in wellness, which is incredible. So our goal is to help you reach and accomplish whatever goals and dreams you have for your family. So look at this more like, what's the end result versus if you are already busy or if you don't want to do something. We're not surprised at that. But you definitely want to have your stem cells reactivated, and you definitely would want the end result of what the opportunity has to offer. So we've got sample. We're getting these to Australia. We have a company here that prints them and gets them to everybody. So I'm going to be sending the artwork. But what we do is we take these 30-day supply sleeves. We call this a sleeve. So when we talk about the enrollment, you'll know what I'm talking about. 30-day supply is a sleeve of the patches. And we put them in these sample envelopes so that when my wife goes to the hairdresser, or I'm at the hardware store, or wherever you're at throughout your day, you're bumping into your friends. Okay. The other day I went to go get fitted for my daughter's wedding, and the lady doing the checkout used to own a big plumbing business in town. And I've been trying to reach out to her, but I didn't have her number. She was right there in the shop. So I was able to connect, and I had samples, so I could get her some samples, and she's all excited. So that way you can start the conversation. And I put 3 to 6 patches in the sample envelope. So you're not giving them all 30 of your patches. You're just giving them a couple samples to get the ball rolling. Now, not everybody gets a result, and I tell them that on 3, but they can at least start to experience how the patch is used, and they're going to get some type of a feeling just by having a short number of patches. So because of all this, the compensation plan is crazy, and it's very simple to understand. We're going to build a right team and a left team. Basically, what you're doing is you're setting people up in their own business, and there's more people open, by the way, that I found this out since I made calls July 1st, and you're going to find this in Australia. More people are open to the X39 because they're more they understand they need to be, since COVID, they understand they need to be more proactive with their own health. That's very interesting, okay? Most of the time, they're saying, oh, I'm only going to go to the doctor or the insurance company or the government's going to take care of me. They've known better now. They know they need to be proactive themselves and be on their game. So they're very open to you talk about a product that will reactivate their own stem cells. Second thing is more people are open to a side hustle, a home-based business than ever before, okay? Because they realize that their corporation isn't going to be taking care of them. I mean, as a matter of fact, people that are getting in our business are calling me, like my sister-in-law, saying, I think they're paying me too much. Have you ever said that about your job? That's interesting. I mean, how would you like to get paid more than you think you're worth? That's what I'm talking about, okay? So that is what can happen here, because the cost of buying a new car, the cost of buying a house, the cost of just living your life, the cost of ordinary goods at this grocery store has gone up so high that no way has the raises have been keeping up with the cost of living in America. I don't know about in Australia, but that's what's happening here. So people are way more open to you sharing with them. And who wouldn't want to have, I mean, look at how grateful we are tonight, everyone that was speaking about how they were shared this incredible product. And of course, when they see how incredible the product works and no one else knows about it, this is what can happen. So on the team commission, you can make up to $25,000 per week. And the way it works is you put a friend right and put a friend left. Then you might, your friend might put somebody underneath that friend that you don't know, and they get credit for that person that's underneath them. So you just keep putting people right and left and right and left, and you sign them up just the way we're going to explain to you. You pick how many sleeves you like, and you get on an auto ship of a $99 for one person. But most likely there's two in your household, or you've got a loved one and you get on 2 sleeves where you can make all the money in the comp plan, but you're just putting people right and left. This isn't that complicated. I mean, anybody can, first meeting you come to, you can understand, you put this patch on and it's going to reactivate your own stem cells and you're going to feel better. You could say that tonight to somebody on the phone. And how does it work? You just put people right, left. Everybody goes underneath everybody. So all the guests that are on here tonight, all the guests that are somebody else's guests, they're all going to go underneath these 2 legs, and everybody gets paid for the people they don't know. I never heard anything like that, up to $25,000 a week. That's why you want to get enrolled as soon as the meeting is over tonight, so that you can get yourself a spot, and you don't know who's going to get in with you tomorrow. Now, what's interesting is when you talk to somebody, you don't know what their goals and dreams are. So they might go and build a huge business despite you're busy, or you weren't able to get weren't able to see how big this could be at the beginning anyways, but they're going to build it whether you build it or not. And because of that, you're going to have a huge business that you don't even, you don't have to put all the sweat equity in. Like the way you get paid right now is you show up for work, you get paid. You put the hours in your career, could be a consulting career. Every time you put hours in, you get paid. How would you like to get paid and you're not doing all the work? That's what we're talking about here. So they give you an unlimited amount of income in the matching bonus. And what that is you get paid 25% for the people you bring in. So this is basically rewarding you more money for you to bring in your own friends and the people that you know and your contacts. So you're going to get paid more for your people that you bring in, 25% for the people you personally bring in. Then when they bring in a friend, you get 20%. And when that friend brings another friend in, you get another 20%. And this can add up in a very big way, as my friends in America are all seeing already. And many of your friends in Australia are already seeing more money than they've ever experienced in a business like this quickly, which is pretty exciting. So we encourage you to don't procrastinate and put out there what you're looking to accomplish. And that's your reason to get started. Now, I spoke a little bit about this enrollment form. You can do it on a hard copy, which many of the folks that are on here tonight have done, or you can do it with a link. But you're just going to pick how many sleeves you want to get when you get started. So I like to talk at least silver, because you got to give yourself at least 90 days on the X39 to get some good results. Gold, now that's 3 sleeves. Now you can always upgrade, but gold at $4.99, which is 5 sleeves, is the best package to get, because now you can get paid everything in the compensation plan. But if you couldn't afford the $4.99, you can come in at silver and upgrade for just the difference, like 2 weeks or a month later, pay $200, you get 2 more sleeves, and now you're at gold. The reason why we get the diamond package is because you want to become your own mini warehouse, okay? As people come in, you loan them 2 or 3 sleeves. They're going to be able to patch themselves, their spouse, and a bunch of friends around them. And now they're going to get testimonies. And when they get their sleeves, they give you yours back. So it depends how fast you want to grow, but that's the package Gina and I came in at. And you get paid the most in the compensation plan as far as bonus money when you come in as a diamond. But come in at whatever level you can afford right now. I suggest to at least come in at a gold if you possibly can. I mean, you can't start a lawn maintenance business anywhere in the world for $4.99. And where have you ever seen a franchise type business? That's what this is, because you're helping people win and you're setting them up in like their own franchise all through Australia and around the world, that you can make payments to get to the level you want. For instance, you can't buy a franchise that's $250,000 and say, hey, let me make payments. They want the money up front. So here you could come in as a silver, upgrade to a gold, upgrade to a diamond, which is pretty neat. You're just paying the difference. You want to be on auto ship because the people that are getting placed underneath you, you get to keep your points on 1 sleeve auto ship, but you make all the money in the comp plan on 2 sleeves. You can only make up to $100 a week on 1 sleeve. So everyone in your household, I mean, everyone should come on 2 sleeves anyways, because you need product to promote. And also you want to make sure that, you know, both spouses are, you can't have one spouse doing jumping jacks, running around the house, going up and down the stairs with no pain, and then the other one is limping around like we talked about, you know, laying on the floor like a turtle, can't get up because he didn't share any sleeves. You know what I mean? It's just, it just makes common sense to me. And another thing, that's your only overhead is 2 sleeves to make all the money in the comp plan, no matter how big your business grows. So Gene and I, not having maxed out the team commission yet in 6 months, we haven't maxed that out, but we're making more money than maxing out the team commission, okay? And if you remember what I said about the team commission, $25,000 a week. Now we started just like everybody here in Australia, not making any money on 2 sleeve auto ship. So that was our overhead, but that's still very minimal for a business. And it's your own product that you're using. So it's not like you're like paying something for nothing. You're getting blessed by the product. Now we have that kind of a business and we have the same overhead. Guess what? When we're making $50,000 a week, $100,000 a week, it's the same overhead. Now we're talking about a lot of numbers here, but I want to say to you that our goal is to help people start by making $200 a week, $500 a week. Most people in America and Australia, that if they were making an extra $1,000 a week, would change their life. Now, we're not telling you to quit your job. What I love about this is during the day, you're just going to follow our system that we call the 331. And you can get our 9 steps training on the 331.com. And all of our friends have just plugged into this. Now, we taught Onyx how to, the importance of having a system. And we also never made any tweaks or nothing. We just followed what she was doing. Now, since we've been in, we've, of course, added videos, so you'll see us on there. We've got other people on our team adding videos like Spanish, ways to show the plan. So all the training is in here, but we need your leadership, okay? So we're going to need Misha and Tessa. We're going to need all of you to all pitch in as you build your business. So all of you that are brand new tonight, I don't even know your name, we're going to need you. We need your leadership. We need you to help make it easier, and maybe you're going to have a relatable testimony like we heard tonight that's going to help somebody else make their decision or move to the next level. So we teach people just patch 3 people every day, follow up with 3 people, and put somebody on one of these Zooms, a replay Zoom, put them in front of the enrollment form, watch the startx39.com with them, and get them signed up. So we just say 331 is the way we train. So we have a system that teaches you exactly how to do that. But it's so easy to talk to somebody. Hey, we got this unique product that's got stem cell reactivation technology. Would you like to hear about it? Or what do you know about stem cells? Everybody seems to know a lot about stem cells and they need to have healthy ones, but they don't know how to have healthy stem cells. So it's so easy to talk and communicate. We all share with you on this X331, and you are blessed in Australia because you can read it, you understand it. I mean, right now it's translated in 104 countries, but what the main one here that we've got is gotten way more able to understand than the translated, because there's documents inside that aren't translated all perfectly yet. Now, I encourage you to connect with us on our Facebook page. It's Quantum Field X39 Team private Facebook page. We have one for training and get you up to speed and recognition, and we have one for testimonies. So you can join those. I'm mostly on the one that is getting you up to speed on the updates. But if I need a testimony from someone that really needs one, I'll go on the Facebook to find it. Then we have our startx39.com, which is the only team to have their own product, team product website. So that's very powerful to have as well. I guess this was promoting the meeting that I did tonight. We've got training. I know that this is not easy for you to log into on a Saturday, but at least you know that every Saturday since I started, July 1st, we did a Wednesday and a Saturday. It was very unique and by the way, here's our meeting schedule. I was going to show you this one. Every Monday at 8. So I think 8 o'clock is noon your time. So you get a Monday at noon your time. This is for Sydney, noon on Wednesday. And then Friday is at noon our time. So that's probably pretty late for you, but you can at least plug into those. They're all recorded, so you can plug into that. But I wanted to tell you this. This was a couple of interesting things. My friend Onyx, who we've got a lot of history together, our kids babysat for way before we ever talked to her about networking, 3 years before. She told me that in taking the company from 20 million to 280 million, and by the way, you don't want to be part of that. You'd rather be right now where we have all this momentum. So she told me that she did this with no meetings. That's kind of a thing that a lot of people there kind of would say, I don't know if I want to build the business because I don't want to go to meetings. I thought that was very interesting. Only Zooms like this. So basically, Gene and I, for the last 6 months, have done a Wednesday and a Saturday, Wednesday opportunity like we're doing here, and a Saturday training. And this is how our business grew. We got 15,000 people on our team. And I don't think that's very big because we put 1 million people in last time. But it's still, we did that in 6 months with 2 Zoom meetings. I mean, yes, we've gone out and done a couple. We had a home meeting at our house. We love people. So we did a couple gatherings, but not near like the Zooms. And, you know, people have a hard time finding babysitters or even just driving across town and at night, you know, to attend. I thought this is very interesting that our Saturday trainings is so no pressure. You just go on and you have incredible training every Saturday. So we're doing this meeting tonight or for everyone, and everyone is watching because this is how we do the meetings. And then we can all duplicate this in Australia. So that way everyone is taking turns doing meetings like and this is all we do. We keep it nice and tight and short so that everybody can understand how it works. So before we wrap up, we've got my friend Mario and Tessa to say a few words. So Tessa, why don't you start? Mario is my friend, longtime friend, and I gave him a shout, and he had no idea what we were doing. I said, you got to give this a shot. He trusted my judgment, and you've got friends like that. I mean, I called all the way to Australia, and he trusted my judgment. You got friends in your own country, I'm sure, like Misha was to Tessa, and that's how it's happening. So Tessa, tell them a little bit about what you've seen as far as, you know, the business, because the product is so unique.
Absolutely. So thanks, Steve. I've only been in this business for 3 weeks, which seems so ridiculous because it's just growing so mental. It's just the momentum is crazy. But after having done 2 networking companies before and being quite successful in them, I find that the biggest thing here is that it's a really duplicatable business, and that's exactly what Steve has just been talking about with the 331 build331.com and the back end of lifewave.com. As soon as we bring someone in, I'll be on the phone to them, I'll ring them, I'll take them through how to put someone in, how you do that, how you duplicate, so that they can do the same thing. Show them what 331 is, show them where the testimonies are, And it's really not hard, and it's just growing so quickly. And the fact that the testimonies are coming is really good. Now, I signed in on a gold level because, to be fair, that was all I could afford. But then I soon learned that I needed to go up to diamond, because all the product that I got was to help others. And that's why Samina and Trisha here today and have a testimony, because they used my product because they were waiting on theirs. So, you know, it's really important to have to duplicate a system. And I know not everybody can afford it, but I've earned more back than I've actually put into it. So it's just blown me away in such a short time. And the most exciting thing, I think, is to see the results that some of our people are getting, and what we've seen tonight has been really good. But I actually have a guy who has multiple sclerosis, and he watched one of the testimonies that's on the build331.com on MS, and it was enough to make him start. And he keeps sending me texts daily to say how his improvement is. His mental clarity is better. He's got a lot of energy. He's just feeling really great. He said, I'm not walking yet. I said, you've been on it 6 days. But, you know, he's really, really, really doing well. So one thing with this, with the form, Steve, is this is in American dollars. Yeah. So for Australians, just understand that in Australian dollars is $150 Australian for one sleeve. So it's slightly more, but it's still $5 a day instead of $3.30 a day. It's still a very cheap business to run. It's very doable. It's very achievable. And Jill, who sponsored Misha, her and I took off to Queensland, which is where we're calling from now, just a few days ago. And on our way, we called and stopped and helped one of our downline sponsor a diamond. So you don't know where you're going, or who knows who, or who wants to build the business. Just because you might not necessarily have the ability right now, if you're going in as a silver or a gold, you're still there and you're poised, ready for when you are ready. And use your upline to build your downline. It really works. It's so easy, duplicatable. Thanks, Steve.
Well, you know, what's great, Tessa, is that you've got incredible leadership right there in Australia. So this is very unique. We've got a product that's this good, and you've got someone like Tessa. You're going to hear from Mario next. You got Misha, and look at all the people that we're bringing in. So the great thing is that you're set up for success, and we're just doing the meeting here for you tonight to help support all these leaders to kind of say, hey, this is what we're doing. This is how we're making it happen. And then all of us together are going to team up and just make history in Australia and around the world. There was a lady at the convention. I have to admit, I went to the convention. We started July 1st, get the highest rank on the 23rd. We went to the convention mid-August. It was a global convention. There were only 1,200 people from around the world of a 19-year-old company. My wife, my friends, and I had a smirk on our face. We're like, this is going to be huge. I mean, it's like the best kept secret. I mean, God's kept his secret for us, so nobody even knows about it. So I thought this was very interesting. It was a lady who spoke that had like about 10 people from the highest rank, okay, in her business. And she never met any of them. They were actually on a Zoom at the convention. And she said she only talked to them online about the patch. So they could have met through a friend, or maybe they were Facebook friends. I don't know. You know, point is the patch is so easily duplicatable and easy to speak about that you don't have to be so hands-on like ever before. This is something that grows, whether you like it or not. It's just going to keep growing. And here she helped all these people, and she never went to their country. They were from all over countries, right? So it's a very unique opportunity. So now I'm going to have my friend Mario, who's very competitive. He's like myself. He's a tennis pro, and he's a person that you want to have as a friend. So the great thing is that we're all teamed up, partnered up together. Now, he trusted my judgment because we've got a lot of history together. So that's another reason why we're seeing so much success, is when you have some history, or at least one friend, like we had with Onyx, the same kind of history I have with Mario and Melanie, that when you have that kind of history together, and Mario's got his own friends like, you know, that we're talking about tonight, where we're seeing all this kind of success. So Mario, why don't you unmute yourself and go ahead and say hi to everybody.
No, thanks, Steve. I just honestly, it's just so exciting to be just working together again, Steve. I just feel that, I mean, we're in Florida. We spent a lot of time there, and obviously our families have spent time together. Now, an opportunity like this that we can really, really help so many people. And for me, I mean, I think I told Steve, I mean, I just asked him, Steve, is this product this good? He goes, yes. Testimonials, really good. Great. I talked to a couple other people. They said, yep. And then I said, what did you start? He goes, I started with a diamond pack. Okay, well, then that's what I'll start, And I mean, that was as simple as that, right? But for a couple of months, pretty much end of October, November, I was like extremely busy. But I don't look at busy as an obstacle. I look at opportunities that come at certain times in your life, and you got to grab a hold of them. And I just think that this is an opportunity for us this year to really build something amazing as a team. We're just getting started. And I've got a team in America. I've got a bunch of people there that are not on this call, but I talked to a couple, and they're growing and they're expanding, Then I've got another person that, a couple of people this week, I'm like, Mario, let's get started. So I think what you're saying, Steve, is just being consistent and just getting out there and sharing. And my daughter, Bella, she's on the call. She's getting meetings and I just think it's exciting for us all to look at where could we be in 3 months, in 6 months, in a year, making an extra 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 a week. Just to be able to say, how can we build something that we can honestly bless so many lives? And that just gets me excited to see people financially, just their health, all of it. The testimonies tonight were just incredible. I'm just like, I can't wait to share it tomorrow. Yeah. My neighbor here, I gave it to him today, and he goes, Mario, let's talk in the next few days. He's going to call me back and goes, I'm in. So I'm just excited to work alongside you guys. My number, everyone's got my number. If you need to call me, please. The first month, I didn't know how to sign people up. I used to send the form to Steve, say, Steve, how do you sign people up? Can you sign them up for me? And he would just sign them up. I mean, Tessa's helping me. I mean, Tessa's teaching me how to do things. Like how do you do this back order on this auto ship? I have no idea. I'm just signing people up, right? But hey, we're a team. We're helping each other, right? Misha's saying, how do you do this? Let's do this. Let's do that. I'm like thinking, that's a great idea. So I just think everybody brings so much as a team. And I'm excited to work together and build something amazing, guys. So thanks so much, Steve. And I look forward to a lot more exciting news to come.
All right. Thank you so much, Mario. And you can see we got a great team of people that are just real people. That's the key, is they're just real and they want to help you. It's like when I told Mario, I know you're busy. I'll help you. Gene and I will help type the people in for you. So that's how this team here wants to help all of you. And we're really looking for busy people when you think about it. I mean, if you're busy, then you're going to get something done. You know that. I mean, somebody that's not busy now is probably not going to get busy when we sign them up. So look for busy people and help them find a way. They're looking for an answer to they want a solution to what they got going on. So you don't want to, if you're that busy, you'd like to be able down the road, be able to have a little bit of free time, because your body, can't hold up, or you don't want to be that busy forever. So this is a great solution to that situation. I will say, don't procrastinate. If you're just watching it for the first time, get in tonight. Get in with your friend and trust their judgment. Second of all, your first goal is to go manager. You're going to put 2 people to the right, 2 people to the left. They got to be a silver or above. So that's why I encourage people to get on at least a silver package or above. You got to be a gold. And you got to be at least on 2 sleeve auto ship. They can all be on a silver on 1 sleeve, but Tessa, Misha, Mario, well, I don't know about Mario, but Tessa and Misha can get you up to speed. I'm just kidding. But Mario's a competitor. He wants to win, and the only way for him to win is to help you win. So that's what I love about this. I'm the same way. I skied on the U.S. water ski team for 10 years, was a pro water skier for 25. So my wife, Gina, she's like Tessa and like Misha, very people person, right? I'm more of a competitor trying to help everybody win. And I want to bring everybody to the finish line with us. So we're just getting started in Australia. It's very unique to be able to have like a 19-year-old startup company that's wide open in every country that we're in. And it's open in Australia this quickly while we're launching it here in America. So I encourage you to take advantage of it. This is not the first meeting. Mario knows that once we start doing meetings, we keep doing it, helping everybody win and succeed, whether it's the locals doing some of them or whether it's Gene and I helping out as well. We're going to be making it happen with you. So thanks again for all the testimonies. Thanks, Tessa, Misha, for your leadership, and Mario for your leadership. And we're looking forward to making history together in Australia. So get with these guys and get yourself on the manager. And we're looking forward to partnering up with every one of you in Australia. Have a great rest of your evening. Go Australia!